Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. The camera world is buzzing right now, and at the center of all this excitement is Sony's upcoming A7V. Many photographers and videographers are already calling it a mini Alpha 1 II, and for good reason. Based on the latest leaks, this camera could bring together a brand new 44-megapixel sensor, AI-driven autofocus, blazing 20 frames per second bursts, and jaw-dropping video specs including 4K at 120 frames per second and even a possible 8K mode. If all of this turns out to be true, the A7V might just set a new benchmark in the hybrid camera market. In today's video, I'll be breaking down all the rumors, specifications, expected features, release date, and pricing so you'll know exactly why the A7V is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated cameras of 2025, why the Sony A7V matters. The A7V is the direct successor to the A7 IV, but it's rumored to go far beyond just an incremental update. Instead, it may step into an entirely new league offering performance close to Sony's flagship Alpha 1 II, but at a far more accessible price point. This could make it a dream camera for hybrid shooters who want both professional-level stills and video without paying $6,500 for a flagship body. Rumored sensor upgrade 44MP full frame. According to multiple reliable leaks, the A7V will debut a new 44-megapixel backside illuminated BSI sensor. That's a huge leap from the 33MP sensor inside the A7 IV. Expect higher resolution images, more detail for landscapes, commercial work, and portraits. Because it's not stacked, it should remain more affordable than the Alpha 1 II, while still delivering excellent low-light performance thanks to BSI technology. There were early whispers about a 33MP stacked sensor or even a 42MP BSI design, but the 44MP rumor is now seen as the most likely scenario. Autofocus and AI processing. Sony has been leading the way in autofocus, and the A7V might take things even further with a dedicated AI processor, similar to what we've seen in the A1 II and A9 III. Expect advanced subject recognition: humans, animals, birds, cars, trains, planes, and even insects. Improved eye-tracking autofocus, potentially with predictive movement tracking. Videographers could see smoother focus transitions with less hunting and more reliable subject stickiness. If true, this could place the A7V in the AI camera era, where autofocus feels less like a tool and more like a smart assistant. Speed and burst shooting. Another massive upgrade is rumored in burst performance. The A7 IV topped out at 10 frames per second, but the A7V could double that to 20 FPS. This makes it a serious option for sports and wildlife shooters, where capturing fast, decisive moments is everything. Combined with the 44MP resolution, this strikes a rare balance of speed and detail in a mid-range body. Video capabilities: 4K 120 frames per second and possible 8K now. For video shooters, this is where things get very interesting. 4K at 120 frames per second is heavily rumored, with either full frame readout or a minimal crop. And yes, 8K video recording is still on the table, though not 100% confirmed. If Sony manages to deliver oversampled 8K from the 44MP sensor, the A7V would compete directly with heavyweights like the Canon EOS R5 and Nikon Z8/Z9. Expect advanced video options like S-Log3, S-Cinetone profiles, high bit rates, and possibly raw output via HDMI, and most importantly, better thermal management for long recording sessions without overheating. Body and ergonomics. A premium redesign. Leaked reports suggest the A7V might share the same body design as the Alpha 1 II, which would be a huge step forward. More robust magnesium alloy build, deeper grip. Similar to the A9 III, improved weather sealing for tough conditions. We could also see an upgraded EVF, possibly Sony's flagship 9.44M OLED, with refresh rates up to 240 Hz. A larger 3.2-inch vari-angle rear LCD, brighter and more responsive to touch, better heat dissipation, allowing for extended 8K, 4K video session stabilization and handling. Another area that could see big improvements is stabilization. Expect Sony's in-body 5-axis stabilization, but possibly with an upgraded dynamic active stabilization system. This would combine mechanical and digital stabilization for much smoother handheld shooting, perfect for filmmakers, vloggers, and event shooters. Release date and pricing. Here's what we know so far. Early rumors pointed to a March 2025 launch, but production delays may push it to late 2025 or early 2026. Price leaks suggest around $2,800, $3,000 US, or €3,200, €3,500 in Europe. Some optimists think it could launch closer to $2,500, which would make it an incredible value against competitors like the Canon EOS R5 and Nikon Z8. Final thoughts: if even half of these rumors are true, the Sony A7V could become one of the most exciting releases of the year. With its 44MP sensor, AI-enhanced autofocus, 20 frames per second bursts, 4K per 120 frames per second video, and premium body design, it has the potential to deliver flagship-level performance at nearly half the cost of the Alpha 1 II.So. What do you think? Are you most excited about the 44MP resolution for stills, the AI autofocus for smarter tracking, or the 4K per 120 frames per second and possible 8K video for filmmaking? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on the Sony A7V and all things camera tech.